Thank you again for joining us for another episode of A Show Worth Watching, presented by the Department of Menial Humor. What's the Department of Menial Humor? That's us. That's me. That's me and Sam Dumas and our brain baby. And along the way, we are gathering people like a ball of lint going down a hill, just collecting shit. We've got ourselves a Theo Banza, amazing cameraman. We've got ourselves a Cleophas, hilarious, funny guy that you've seen a lot of times. And we have a lot of other amazing comedians that come and perform with us. You may have even seen Jack Fran been doing some interviews at the end of our last episode because he's branching off and doing his own thing. It's a wonderful little segment that he is calling After the Fact, but Before the Regret. And if you want to learn more about that, just keep watching, or better yet, go check out Jackie Franz on Instagram and all the social medias. My name is Zack Dzuba. I'm the show, the host, the CEO, and the madman behind the Department of Menial Humor. And I want to thank you guys for coming out. This is episode 11. Episode 11, please. Yes, big round of applause. We wouldn't be here without the support of everybody in the room and all of our amazing, talented crew and people. A lot of things have happened in the last month since we filmed it. Last month was right before the beginning of Pride, and then Pride happened, or sort of didn't happen this year, because Donald Trump said no DEI, which meant no Pride in a lot of cities. It was very confusing and very sad. Many people here may have even seen on TikTok where some Duggar-adjacent woman didn't understand that Juneteenth wasn't a Pride-related holiday, so she went on a huge fucking tirade against Juneteenth, only for somebody to explain to her what it was. And I kid you not, this is the quote. My wife made sure to preserve it, save it, because she knew as a comedian I would want it. This woman said, well, we're very pro-slavery in this family, so we don't mean to be rude to Juneteenth. What? What? I thought maybe that's a one-off. But then I heard Donald Trump 2 days ago literally use the word, I rule this country, like 4 times. And there were like several BBC reporters who were like, surely you're using the wrong verb or adjective in the way that did you mean those? And he's like, no, I rule. I rule. This man has gone off the deep end. I think for those of you who aren't aware, we got a Goodwill plane, right? Because why not? Why not if someone gives you a plane? But it's literally a Goodwill plane. It's not a new plane. It's a plane that we got because nobody else wanted to buy it, so it was pawned off to us as like a tax rebate for it. It's literally the equivalent of buying a luxury plane at Goodwill that nobody wanted, and you're like, wow, this is a fucking steal. How can I say no to this? I don't even buy hats from Goodwill because I've gotten lice twice, okay? You buy a fucking airplane off Goodwill. Oh, Lord have mercy. No, it has been a very weird and interesting week leading up to the stuff. My beloved Pacers lost the fucking finals. Boo, yes. But for Jimmy Fallon, if you're watching, we got farther than the Knicks, so suck it. But I feel conflicted. I feel conflicted because I love the Pacers. They are one of I've been here since 97. I was raised to love Reggie Miller, and then I've been a Pacer fan ever since. I was rooting for him the whole way. It was a Cinderella story. It was great. At the end of the day, though, I couldn't help myself feeling a little okay for OKC. Like, just a little bit. Like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, Oklahoma City doesn't have a lot to brag about. Like, I think the most famous thing that ever happened was, like, that one time a building blew up. So good for them. They have something. We've won a Super Bowl. We have the Indy 500. We got lots of fun events come through. They don't seem like they're getting a lot of fun over there. They're going to tell you, oh, well, we had the OKC Corral, but I'm from New Mexico, and I'm here to remind you that was Texas at the time. So not really an Oklahoma thing at the time. I think that's where the name Oklahoma came from. It was a corral, and then it became a state. I'm going to get a lot of hate from Oklahoma right now. But it's okay. It's okay. We're both in tornado country, so it's a 50-50 chance that one of us won't be here by the time you find me. Especially with the way the weather's been recently. Did you guys stay dry today? Anybody get caught in the drencho that cleaned my house? No? You are lucky, because honestly, as an Uber driver, there's been several times recently where I have questioned my career path. I love performing, I love doing that, but as an Uber driver, when you're suddenly in a tornado, and I know I was in a tornado. I know it was in a tornado because it was a couple weeks back, and the tornadoes were 2 touchdowns on Indianapolis. I was right in the middle of them. and I was sitting at a stoplight because somebody was gawking at a car crash, so we shouldn't have missed the light, right? I'm already irritated. And then while I'm sitting at the stoplight, I shit you not, a car went through the green. Then a wall of water went through the green. Then what can only be described as a wall of wind went through the green, as if they were queued up behind each other in traffic. I found myself screaming at the car in front of me, "Now is not the time to fucking stop!" And just proceeded straight in the opposite direction of the wind as fast as I could without getting a fucking ticket. I got home and it was like, you were 5 minutes away from a tornado in both directions. Jesus Christ. I love Indianapolis, though. There's a reason I live in the madness. Indianapolis is our, this is what I will leave you with. Let's get to some comedy. This is what I'm going to leave you with for all the crazy people in New York and LA and Chicago, and you're like, why do you guys live down there in Indianapolis? Because it's like the Batcave. It's like the fucking Batcave. Have you ever seen Batman have a sleepover? No, not a soul. Like, Superman doesn't understand what the word solitude means. He has a sleepover every other goddamn weekend. He shows people where the fucking key is because he knows only he can lift it. But the man calls it the Fortress of Solitude and then has parties like every other goddamn day. Doesn't understand what the word means. Indiana is like the Batcave. Nobody comes to visit me. Nobody asks to sleep on my couch. Nobody asks me to help them move. Nobody even knows where it is half the time. They know about Indianapolis, but they're not sure what an Indiana is. It's fucking amazing. Friends move to beautiful places and then invite me to fuck up their house and couch. They never call me and ask to fuck up mine. It's amazing. It is my Gotham City. Let's get to some comedy. I'm ranting. Are you guys ready for some comedy? You want to hear some comedy? Yeah? All right. Yeah.
I would like to borrow the keys for a little bit. I need to go get some snacks. My shirt is
God damn it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's all right. I think somebody was. Yeah, I'm going to have to take care of that in like 15 minutes. Actually, I probably should go take care of that now. Big round of applause for our first comic tonight. He has been, honestly, I talked to this man when I first met him. I was jealous. I said, how are you working so much? And he said, I'm booking myself. I thought he had an agent. He is incredibly hardworking. You see him on social media. If you follow comedians, you're bound to come across him. He's all over the place. He's a very funny guy. Please give it up for Justin Seymour.
Hey, can we give it up for show producer / Uber driver Zack Dzuba? Dzuba. That was an incredible sitting ovation. Thank you, everyone. I don't mean to brag, but that's like the second best ovation you can even get. So, how you guys doing? Let's make a little noise for this show. All right, that's not bad. Those of you watching at home, this is a free show on a Friday night, so that is the sound of people not doing well financially. That is the sound of poverty in the background. That's what you're hearing. Can't afford a good show on a Friday, but here we are. Off topic, you guys ever regret driving 31 minutes? All right. No, I actually don't regret it. I travel so much doing comedy all the time. Like, I've traveled kind of all over the country at this point. 31 minutes is nothing. I like traveling, though. I really do. I just hate how every trip ends. No matter where I go, it always ends exactly the same, you know? You guys get it. You know, you pack all your shit in your suitcase, and then you're just standing in your hotel room with that feeling like, what did I forget to ejaculate on in here? What did I forget to ejaculate on? I got the curtains. I got the... Oh, you know what? Give me that Bible out of the nightstand. Yeah, give me that Bible. I think I'll have myself a little come to Jesus moment before I check out. You know what I'm saying? What, you guys have never read the Bible to completion before, or is it just me? That's all right. I'll tell you guys this. You guys have family members who are so stupid you can't take them in public? You guys have that? I do. I got some pretty dumb family members. I actually went to a Mexican restaurant with my uncle the other day. Did not go well. Took him to this Mexican restaurant. We go in there, and across the room was this family that didn't speak any English. My uncle goes, hey, you see that? I think if you live in America, y'all better learn to speak English. And I was like, oh my God, dude. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Thankfully, though, the family couldn't hear us. They just sat there and, kept on signing to each other. So that's a little joke I like to call, I can't believe it's not racism. I got some pretty messed up family. They say crazy stuff that makes me uncomfortable all the time. Like, my mom is really bad. Like, when I was in the 4th grade, my mom decided it was time to give me the sex talk, which I think is early, but I guess she thought, he's 10 years old. It's probably time to start disappointing women. So it was very confusing, this talk. Very confused. She sat me down and she explained how it all worked, but at the end she goes, Justin, do you have any questions? And the only thing I could think to ask was, well, does it hurt? And then she kind of paused for a while. Took a long drag off of her Marlboro Red cigarette. And then she said, the way I like it does. And then the lady from Long John Silver's just gave us our food. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Very uncomfortable, my family, I'm uncomfortable around young people now. Like, I'm 34 now, which isn't old, but it's not young. I can't hang out with these Gen Z kids anymore, because they use lingo that I can't use without sounding stupid. Like, I found out they don't say we had sex anymore. Now they just say we smashed. That's what they say, we smashed. I can't talk. I sound like an idiot. I was hanging out with this group of cool young Gen Z dudes the other day, and they brought up oral sex, and I was like, don't you guys mean smash mouth like, oh, I can't stop coming and I won't stop coming? You know what I'm talking about? Like, all right. It's a dumb fucking joke. I try to avoid all this uncomfortable stuff by just staying home, but it doesn't work, Uncomfortable shit finds you at home, Like, I had on Monday, I had these 2 missionaries come to my door. You guys ever have that? Isn't that annoying? They come knock on your door. I have these 2 religious fundamentalist missionaries come knock on my door. I open up, and they start asking me a bunch of questions. Started asking me for money. And then they got very serious, and they were like, we believe that the world is coming to an end. And I said, oh, no. How soon? And they said, soon. And I was like, so you don't need my donation then. But hold up, I got a gift for you. Hang on. Here's a Bible I got from my hotel room recently. You guys can have that. These religious fundamentalists, man, they do stuff that kind of, I don't think they think through stuff very well. Like, I was driving here actually today on Interstate 65. There was a billboard, and it just said, abortion stops a beating heart. And I was like, you think they stop to consider for like 2 seconds that if you're pro-choice, that just looks like a ad for how well the product works? You guys ever think about that? All right, we'll put a pin in that. Maybe we'll come back to it. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. I grew up in the church. Why do Christians try not to sin? You ever think about that? I went to church. They go in there and they're like, hey, you shouldn't sin. It's horrible. And then they go, but this guy, Jesus, he died for your sins. His sacrifice is going to get you into heaven for free. And all I know is that if I was Jesus, I would want you to sin like a lot to make up for all I had to go through. I'd be like, come on, man. Like, if you came up to you died, you come up to heaven, and the only thing you did was like find a 20 on the sidewalk and not try to return it, I'd be like, do you even give a shit? Do you even care? Those are the people I would send directly to hell, All right. That's one of those jokes that I haven't figured out yet. You guys want to do another one I haven't figured out? Here we go. My wife, she tries to get me to watch this shit with her on TV that I don't want to watch. Like, she recently tried to get me to watch this show with her called Love on the Spectrum. Are you guys familiar? Yeah. No. She tried to get me to watch the show Love on the Spectrum. And I was like, come on, I just don't want to watch that kind of show, And she's like, okay, fine. What kind of show do you want to watch? And I'm like, I don't know. Hate on the Spectrum could be cool. You can imagine that, right? Like, you can imagine that kind of show, like just a bunch of savants going after each other with their swords or whatever. I think most of them own swords, right? Have you seen the show, camera guy? Oh, you were on the show. Okay. All right, let's go back to sex. Fine. We'll talk about sex and stuff. I have learned this, all right? You can't just be hooking up these days, right? You can't, it's too dangerous, which is not a problem for this room because it's comedians. They're not getting laid. It doesn't matter. But you can't be hooking up these days, right? It's too dangerous. Like, I hooked up with this one girl, and I can't say for sure if she had an STD, but what I can say is that she definitely does now, you know? So that's for sure. I learned this about women. I learned that ladies, ladies want us to be a gentleman, just not when it comes to sex, right? They want you to be a gentleman, just not when it comes to sex. And I found out the hard way. I was with this lovely young lady. We were in that lazy dog position. You know, it's that one where you're both on your side because you're out of shape. And I wanted to try a different position, but I'm just too much of like a gentleman when it comes to that kind of stuff, you know? So I was like, I'm not going to wake her up, you know? All right, that's about how well that should go. How about this? You guys remember the first time you got you ever got some Smash Mouth? You guys remember that? Yeah. Don't lie. No, okay, yeah. Do you remember that first time you ever got some? Was it awkward and uncomfortable? Yeah. Mine was terrible, dude. Mine was horrible because it was her first time too, right? It was her first time, and you could tell she employed a tooth-heavy technique, we'll call it. But you know what? She could tell she was causing me pain because she stopped and she goes, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. Does it hurt?" And I tried to play it cool. So I was like, "Hey, relax. Don't worry about it. The way I like it does, you know." So let's see. I'll do one more horrible joke for you guys. What do you say? Yeah, that's the enthusiasm right there. All right. For you new comics, this is the most uncomfortable moment I ever had doing stand-up comedy. I'm going to give it to you right now. This is about a year and a half ago. I went to Germany, the motherland, right, to perform for like an all-German audience. And I was honestly nervous. I didn't know how I was going to connect with a German audience. I'm from Indiana. They're from Germany. What do we even have in common? And then a friend of mine goes, "You know what they love over there is Formula One racing." And I was like, that's perfect. So I did this. I walked on stage in front of this entire German audience, just like you guys tonight, and I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Justin Seymour, and where I'm from, we have the Indianapolis 500, which claims to be the greatest race on Earth, kind of like you guys did in the 1930s, you know?" So, and I haven't seen a group of Germans that mad since well, you know. You guys get it. Guys, I'm Justin Seymour. Thanks for hanging out. Please welcome back your host to the stage, Zack Dzuba.
This is a Department of Menial Humor presenting the show worth watching. My name is Jackie Fran. This episode is brought to you by Miller, the beer to make your third divorce go down smooth. I'm here with
Justin Seymour.
Justin. You just did some comedy for us.
I tried.
How'd it feel?
No, it was fine. It was good. Pretty good for, it's like you got to have people to tell jokes to. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, that's the hard part about comedy, the jokes.
Yeah, well, it's not so much the jokes, it's you got to have people there to listen to them.
That too, yes. And we have a lovely crowd out here for you.
Yeah.
So you did a good joke about abortion.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did a joke about abortion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I found it funny.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. But so the show is brought to you by Miller Lite tonight.
Sure.
So, what Miller product would you recommend to a woman who just got an abortion?
Well, I wouldn't be light.
No.
You want something not light for that.
No.
You want something a little heavier, something that's gonna really get that thing some fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yes. Well, you don't have to worry about fetal alcohol syndrome after the abortion. That's a great part of it.
I'll be honest, I don't know if Miller Lite wants to sponsor abortion.
Well, it's too late, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, too late. What is this? What's with the foam?
I slammed it on the ground right before this.
Oh, yeah. It
does.
It tastes like Dad's apartment after the divorce.
Absolutely. Well, this is Justin Seymour. Where can the people find you?
Yeah, find me on Instagram, Justin J. Seymour.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Justin.
Sure, bud.
Yeah, thanks to Zach. I just showed up and thought this was going to be an open mic, and he's like, I'm going to put you on TV. I'm going to get you paid. I'm going to get you famous.
I didn't say the last part. I didn't say the last part.
All right.
You're all
So,
dude.
I don't really like comedy. I'm just in it for the money. I tried to write a self-deprecating joke, but I couldn't think of one because I'm a stupid fucking idiot. If you listen to a podcast while you're at work, you don't have a real job. I work at a grocery store called BJ's Wholesale, and an old man came in and said, I have a BJ coupon. And I take it and say, all right. And I get on my knees and undid his belt, and I was like, wait, this coupon is expired. When you work for a grocery store, they make you watch very obvious training videos, like if an armed assailant is coming into the store, do you A, run, B, hide, or C, join his cause and take over the store? I smoke weed. I used to smoke weed like I invented reggae. I did so many psychedelics that I had to start using fluoride toothpaste again. My pineal gland was activating, so my doctor told me to drink tap water. The only dating app I use is Calendar. I went to a hot yoga class, and it was too hot, and there was too much yoga. My favorite place to get Uber Eats from is Hooters. Does Elon Musk's brother ever look up at a rocket being caught from space and say, I wish I was retarded? A white guy, a black guy, and an Indian guy all walk into a bar, and then a trans woman, a police officer, and a priest walk in, and then a Chinese person, a Russian, and an Australian walk in, and then everyone has a nice time. I was at IKEA looking at a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and the lady asks if I want to try it out, and I said, yeah. So I laid down and started masturbating, and the glass of red wine next to me didn't even spill. I was at a comedy show, and the comedian was talking, and the bartender yells, free punch! And people start getting up and forming a line at the bar. And the comedian yells, hey, you're stealing my punchline. That's a punchline, folks. There was a pedophile that gave pedicures and killed people with a nail file. The police opened up a cabinet and pulled out a manila envelope about the murder weapon. It said, this is a pedophile file. I saw a transgender FedEx employee with a mustache and tits. And I said, that's a female mailman. Trans are a big topic these days, and here's my opinion on trans. They're kind of cool, but airplanes and cars are a lot more convenient than trans. People say Puff Daddy did a lot of bad stuff. I'm like, titty. I work in a bakery, and sometimes people want me to write on a cake with blue frosting, like, happy birthday, or I want a divorce. Oh, that's much better. I got addicted to ayahuasca, so I had to visit an alcohol shaman. When the government makes a drug legal, like Delta-9, it's never as good as the street version, which is why I still buy my Claritin and Tylenol from the dark web. I just got married to my wife. The priest married us. And I don't mean he officiated the wedding. I'm in a polyamorous three-way relationship with the priest and my wife and me. And that's all. Thank you.
My name is Jackie Fran, and I'm with the Department of Menial Humor. The show is a show worth watching, and this is After the Fact, Before the Regret. What's your name, sir?
Nick
Tucco. Nick Tucco, what did you just do for us?
I did my 2 5-minute sets together.
Nice. Well, Nick, this show is brought to you by Miller. Miller, the beer to make driving your kids around town bearable. So, you did a bit about going to bars and all the people that come in. What Miller product would you recommend to anyone walking into any fine establishment, much like Wonderful?
I like Miller Lite. You know
Miller Lite? All right, well, then have a sip, why don't you?
Yeah.
I'll follow your lead.
I like a good IPA, you know, but
This is a fine Pilsner beer.
a light beer, you can drink those all day.
Yeah, you can. Morning, noon, or night. Especially when like an annoying relative comes to town, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. What's your favorite time to drink during the day?
I usually try to keep it at least till 5 o'clock.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
If I'm really bored, maybe 3 o'clock. There, something.
I
Being
think
good, maybe 9 o'clock.
7:30 in the morning is the perfect time to start drinking.
Yeah.
We'll drink with the sunrise. So, how'd your set feel tonight?
Pretty good. I mean, there was like hardly anybody here, so there's no pressure, but it was just like pure performance, and it's good. I think this is my 5th set.
Your 5th set ever doing stand-up. Well, thank you so much for coming out with us.
Yeah.
What do you think you want to do differently for your 6th?
Those are my clever one-liners, but for my 6th, I want to do like a story, like a longer story.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to hearing what that story is. Well, where can the lovely people at home find you?
I just started going to the Liberty Street open mic, and once Helium opens up, I'll probably be there.
Excellent. Well, Nick, we look forward to having you back sometime soon.
Yeah,
Take care. And the show is a show worth watching.
Those of you who don't know, you think that Wonderful Bar and Grill is just some place where you can come by, have a party, get drunk, have a good night out, see some friends. Guess what? It's a lot more than that. There's amazing people here making amazing food and doing amazing things. And one of the most amazing things about Wonderful Bar and Grill is their chicken wings. If you haven't tried them, then honestly, you're letting Big Chicken trick you into thinking that you need to go to a big box store to get 11 herbs and spices, when the fact is you need to come here with a little bit more heart and soul put into it. Plus, can the big box store give you an alcoholic beverage with that order? I didn't think so. This ain't Europe. So come to Wonderful the next time you need a meal. All right. Test. I need a little more volume on you. That's what's going on here. Check.
Check.
Yeah, that's fun. He gets a bunch of lines of us going check.
I have 2 wives. I have an American wife and a check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Oh, I love it. All right. Cameraman, you guys ready to rock and roll? You guys rolling? Awesome. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Menial Humor is very proud to present a very funny man. I have told him this several times, and I stand by it. If Indianapolis ever needed a Randy Newman, or Randy Newman ever dies, we have got your replacement. I did a set with him a couple of weeks ago at the 8th Day Distillery. Shout out, you should sponsor us. And I saw him play and immediately was like, Chris, have we not had you do our show? He's incredibly funny. He's a storyteller. He's a guitar player. He's an amazing musician. Please, big round of applause for, what is it called? Chris Wolf. Honestly, never heard of him.
Thanks. Thanks, Zach. Zach took a particular shine to this song, and so I'm going to play it. But, the way I see the world, there's only 2 kinds of people out there. There's dog people and there's cat people. Myself, I'm a dog person. I'm not real fond of cats. I mean, I can never finish a whole one. Come on, that's a joke. Look at me. I could finish a whole cat. Anyway, this song's about my dog. I couldn't afford invisible fence. An invisible dog, it seemed to make more sense. I named him Spotless, 'cause he was so clean. Greatest dog that you have never seen. Got invisible papers from the IKC. Invisible Kennel Club said he's pedigree. Well, he can do tricks. He comes when I call. And you're never gonna see him lick his invisible balls. My invisible dog, he don't bark, he don't bite. You don't need to go out for a walk in the middle of the night. And he's always gonna be there to the end. My invisible dog is my best friend. Sometimes he sleeps out on my front stoop. And you never gotta worry about stepping in invisible poop. Now you might wonder just where he's at. Usually out chasing the neighbor's invisible cat. My invisible dog, he don't bark, he don't bite. You don't need to go out for a walk in the middle of the night. He's always gonna be there to the end. My invisible dog is my best friend. One day he went out to play in the yard, and he got run over by an invisible car. And now he won't fetch, he just lies there instead. And you're never gonna see how well that he plays dead. My invisible dog, he never barked and he never bit. He was the greatest dog until he got hit. But he was always there until the very end. My invisible dog was my best friend. My invisible dog was my best friend.
My name is Jackie Fran, and I'm with the Department of Menial Humor. This is a show worth watching, and the show is brought to you by Miller. Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. If the reason you're celebrating is your stepdad getting out of prison. All right, who am I here with today?
Chris Wolf.
Chris Wolf, how you doing?
Good, man. You ever heard of me?
I've heard of you. I have not met you in person yet.
Okay, because most people have never heard of me.
Show the camera that. Oh, that's perfect. Where can people buy that?
On my website, chriswolfsongs.com.
chriswolfsong.com. All right, and is there any other social media you have?
It's actually songs. They did this wrong. They fucked it up on here.
Oh.
Did I say that?
We don't fucking care.
Okay. I wasn't sure what the parameters were.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the songs you performed tonight.
I just did one. I did my an old one, but Zach really liked it. It's called Invisible Dog. Spotless, my invisible dog.
Spotless, the invisible dog.
Yeah.
If you were going to drink a wonderful Miller Coors product, what drink would you have sitting with your invisible dog?
Probably a Mick Ultra.
Mick Ultra. I don't even know if that's
I had to quit drinking beer, so I drink Mick Ultra.
And Coors Light.
Well, they didn't have any Mick Ultra.
Fair enough.
That's what this is supposed to.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
To the wonderful people of Golden, Colorado. All All right. Well, Chris, thank you so much. Hope to hear from you again soon.
Well, you want to know where that song came from?
I would love
Let me
to.
tell you. Well, see, I wrote this joke. See, I got a tattoo.
Can we see it?
Well, yeah, but you know how most guys get like barbed wire around their arm?
I have a Spider-Man tattoo, so no.
Well, you know, guys get that barbed wire around their arm. I'm not quite that aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So I got invisible fence. I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
You can't even tell it's there.
No, it's really well done. Good line work on that.
I thought so. Yeah, but I think that led me to. Well, I can't afford invisible fence.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get an invisible dog. So
there you go.
That's where the song came from.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Chris.
Sure. Great.
Hopefully we'll have you on the show again soon.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Dumas, and I'm the owner of Happy Little Bees Gallery. As a child, I loved to watch Bob Ross almost every single day as he painted on the PBS station. And I absolutely was crushed when I heard that he had passed away, and I thought that my dream of getting to paint with him in person was dead as well. So fast forward to continuing to study art in my school years as well as my adult years. I studied a lot of different media. And finally, in 2022, with the support of my stepdad, Andy, and my entire family, I was able to become a certified Bob Ross instructor. I absolutely love getting to share the joy of painting with all of my students, and I feel like we get to sit down with Bob and paint with him every day that we pick up the brush in our classroom. No experience is necessary. We'll guide you step by step, whether you're an old pro or someone who's never picked up a brush. We'd love to help guide you and teach you all of the joys of painting. We offer public workshops, private classes, we offer acrylic and wet-on-wet Bob Ross style paintings. We can do corporate events, private parties, as well as one-on-one instructional tutorials. So whether you're wanting to do something at our studio or you have your own location in mind, we are mobile, so we can go wherever you'd like to go. We'd love for you to check out our website. It's www.happylittlebeesgallery.com, and you'll be able to find out where we're holding current workshops as well as future workshops to come. Thank you.
All right, so I understand it's episode 11. That's my daughter's favorite number, actually. Yeah, she's been teaching me how to draw recently. It's great because I've always drawn like a 6-year-old, and she is 7. In return for the art lessons, I've been teaching her my patented wipe till white method. In at least one of those scenarios, I'm proud to say that the student has become the master. So it's been kind of tough out there lately, right? I don't know. You guys think that maybe Elon's just been trying to destroy the world so he can find a buddy to move to Mars with him? I don't know. I find one thing that helps me kind of muddle through it all is meditating on Zen koans. Like sometimes I'll scroll through TikTok searching for the sound of one butt cheek twerking, or sometimes I'll ponder a question that has no real answer, like, what are Lana Del Rey's qualifications to represent the LBC? Some are more like parables to put my life in context. For instance, in ancient Jerusalem, there was a temple where a single drop of oil burned for 8 full days and 8 full nights. And that miracle has been celebrated for millennia through the festival of Hanukkah. So why is it that nobody seems impressed when I tell them that a single box of condoms has lasted me 8 full years? You know, I did say my daughter is 7, so the math on that joke checks out. Yeah, it's been kind of a tough year for me, honestly. My mother died. My wife and I split up. Lived with my mom for a little while and eventually moved into my own place. One thing that was hard was that after my wife and I split, for the longest time I couldn't get my ring off. I tried everything. Usual things: soap, olive oil, butter. Nothing worked. My wife said I ought to take it back to where we got it, but I just didn't really think that the JCPenney jewelry counter was going to be much help. Honestly, like, if I listened to my wife, we'd probably still be married. So yeah, I couldn't get it off for the longest time, but at least I didn't have to worry about getting my wife off anymore. Yeah, so I don't know, what was I gonna say next? Right. So you guys like Hillshire Farms honey ham, right? Yeah. Where are my ham boys at? Yeah, you guys, yeah. So you know that commercial where the guy works behind the deli counter and he's got that cute little wife back at home, and their whole marriage is based around his ability to slice the meat real thin. But then it turns out he's not slicing his wife's meat at all. No. He's just stuffing her package full of ultra-thin Hillshire Farms honey ham every night. Now, that commercial came out in 2001. It's been 24 years. I swear not a day has gone by I haven't had at least 2 packages of ultra-thin Hillshire Farms honey ham in my fridge. That's what they mean when they say sex sells. I think it also explains why I get a boner every time I walk by the deli counter. Yeah, so, a rough year. Where was I? So, yeah. So I wanted to tell you how I finally managed to get the ring off. After I split up with my wife, I met another woman. She wasn't really interested in pursuing a relationship per se because I didn't exactly have my walking papers yet. But we spent a lot of time together and got to know each other. And eventually I realized I'm fucking in love with this woman. And the next day, she told me that she was fucking a guy half her age. Well, yeah, so I fell into a deep depression. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Pretty soon I'd lost 20 pounds and then the ring slid right off. So, there's a bright side. So, yeah, another thing that I did this year for the first time is I tried COVID. Honestly, the COVID was not that bad, but the doctors gave me the Paxlovid. And the Paxlovid killed the COVID, but it absolutely murdered my butthole. After a few days, I couldn't take it anymore. I went to the doctor. I was like, Doc, is it hemorrhoids? And he said, nah, Calvin, it's an anal fissure. No, I don't really know what an anal fissure is. So I asked him, what am I going to do, Doc? And he said, don't worry about it, Calvin. Just take a couple of these bullet-sized suppositories, shove them up your butt each day, and you'll be right as rain in no time. Well, so that night, I'm in bed, lying on my side, one leg in the air, because that's how you get access. And popping those babies in there, and keep just popping right back out. Pop it in, pops right back out. It's a problem. Now, finally, I got the courage to just go a little bit deeper, and all of a sudden, I felt that little bullet turn the corner. Do you guys know this corner? Sir, when you're fucking your friend in the ass there, do you notice the corner? Ma'am, do you notice the corner when you're shoving a dildo up your husband's butt? No. See, you wouldn't notice the corner because here's the thing. In those situations, the dick is the dominant geometry. What I'm saying is you're reshaping your partner's rectum, so you wouldn't notice the corner. But if you were to take a little bullet-sized suppository and shove it up their butt, you'd find out there's a corner. And once that baby turns the corner, it does not come back out. So yeah, eventually kind of paired things up down there, and somewhere in the midst of all this was when I left my wife and moved back in with my mom. It was before she died, not some kind of Norman Bates thing. And one day she comes downstairs and she says to me, Calvin, do you think the new toilet paper I bought has been burning your asshole? Because I think it's been burning my asshole. Jesus Christ, Mom. You've heard me screaming on the toilet. You're telling me the paper's been making it worse? You know what the kicker is, though? My mom knew what I was going through. The COVID, the Paxlovid, the dissolution of my marriage. And not one time through all that did she offer to wipe my ass. Thank you all.
This is the Department of Menial Humor, and I'm Jack Fran. The set is brought to you by Miller. Miller, the beer for when antidepressants just aren't working anymore. Who am I here with today?
Calvin Dar.
Calvin, I see you're wearing an Orange Crush shirt.
I am, yeah.
What Miller Coors product would you add in to mix the best with the Orange Crush?
Oh, man, I don't know. I think anyone would be terrible.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Can't go
if
right.
you'd like to have a sip, go right ahead. Yeah.
I think I'll pass. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the Say It. How did it feel?
It's weird to have no audience.
We have a lovely audience here at the wonderful.
Yeah, it's just they're mostly invisible.
They are.
Yeah.
But it's the people. It's like jazz. It's the people you don't see them.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Sometimes it's the notes you don't play with people you don't see.
Exactly.
I hear you.
And sometimes you're not sure what's real or fake.
That's right. Yeah.
So how long have you been doing stand-up for?
Not that long. I started last fall.
Last fall?
Post-COVID, yeah.
Well, you've had a very good go of things on it seems. You're doing very well for someone so new to it.
I'm trying, yeah.
Congrats on that.
Wasn't sure how long I would be up there.
Yeah, you did very well, I think.
Thanks.
Yeah. We get to watch it back. The show is called After the Fun, Before the Regret. So I think hopefully you don't regret it too much.
No regret. Yeah.
Yeah, no regrets.
Yeah.
All right. Where can the lovely people at home find you?
Oh, well, not online really.
No.
I've got to build that presence. Yeah, but maybe this will help me get there.
Yeah. Any shows coming up that you'd like to have?
I am going to perform at Helium in their Indiana's Funniest Person contest.
When is that?
It's Thursday, July 3rd.
Thursday, July
night.
3rd. Well, happy early birthday to America.
Yeah.
Wonderful show by you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Picture me roll. Burning tires as I leave the back street. On the track like a NASCAR driver up in Indy. I kiss the bricks cause I'm racing with my soul. See the green flag waving and it's pedal to the floor. Release the noise fluid, let it flow. All system check, ready, set, go. Goodyear tires grip the road from the Brickyard 400 to the Indy 500. After official pace slap, rolling mama whipping low. I shifted back to high rims, got me sitting in the sky. With little mama on the passenger side, baby love to ride. Buckle down tight, communication Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. My pit crew got the engine block of 95. That's a mash up, pedal to the floor. Mashing on the pedal to the floor. Mashing on the pedal to the floor. In the middle of the race, I check the trap. I gotta play, I'll be right back. Caution, yellow flag means too bad. Another driver sideline from equipment failure or a crash. Lucky to be alive, but still going mad, max mad. Running on fumes, knowing I need gas. Wonder how many laps in the tank I really had. Still in the game, trying to take the checkered flag. Fighting against the drip and drag, battling for a first. It's no point of being last. Hit the smash, new time becomes trash. Spending cash, moving fast. Number one, visualize me in the winner circle, drinking milk from a bottle glass, making donuts in the grass. My picture captured in every flash. Life is like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway crowd roaring. Ha! Just picture me roll, mashing on the pedal to the floor. Picture me roll, mashing on the pedal to the floor. Picture me roll, mashing on the pedal to the floor. Picture me roll, mashing on the pedal to the floor. Now it's time to cross the finish line to find a lap. The white flag waving is the only sign. Fans standing in his seat, slapping high five. Something climbing up the fence, talking jive, praising the sky for a blessed ride. And all the drivers are safe and survive. The crowd yelling as I pass by. This is known as a winning lap. Me on the track by myself. I know the other racers hate that. I'm awarded trophy, money, and plaque. I was the best on the track at the task. The way I left the competition in the past. With the red acceleration, clutch and gas. Call me Ricky Bobby, I like to go fast. As I mash up, pedal to the floor. Picture me rolling. As I mash up, pedal to the floor.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, on Walk the Range.
Oh, fuck. I got to introduce him, don't I? Shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of the way. This is Walk the Ranger.